Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create the sparkler bracelet. This was created by Keith is Looming Mad on Instagram. I'll have his link down below if you want to check out his Instagram page. I think he made a beautiful bracelet here. So this does take a lot of bands. I just want to warn you guys. In today's video, I'm just going to do an extension one. So one loom length. But if you want to make 2 loom lengths, I will explain how many to lay, and I'll have the band breakdown for that in the description box below. So for today's bracelet, you will need approximately 202 bands, plus about 15 extension bands, depending on your wrist size. The breakdown is 28 of the border. You'll need 60 of the orange here. If you want to use more than 2 colors, just divide it by 60, or 60 divided by the number of colors. Then you're going to do 10 of the blue in the middle, 22 of the green, 22 more of the green on the side for the cap bands, and 60 of the teal that is inside the bracelet. To make this bracelet, you need to have at least 6 bar pins. If you're going to make a full length bracelet, you're going to need to connect another 6 in front of this loom. So make sure you do have the 2 centers aligned like mine. And then you're going to choose the first color, which is this blue border. I'm going to use that same one today. And we're going to start by stretching the first one across the 2 middle. If you want that to be a tighter close, you can put 2 bands on that pin. And then we're going to go out to the right and out to the left. Like so. Now we're going to go down the sides. For one loom setup, you're going to lay 9 straight ones and then bring it into the center. If you're doing 2 loom lengths, you're going to lay 23 of them and then you'll bring it into the center. So I've just laid my 9th one and now I'm going to bring it in. Like so. There's a reason I didn't go down to this one here. So make sure that you stop like I told you to, and then go ahead and do the exact same thing on the left side, and I'll meet you back here. So it will look like this once you are completed both sides. I did push mine down, and now we're going to lay the stars in this bracelet, which is the orange here. You can choose one color, or you can do it like I'm doing it in the video, which is alternating between 2. And I laid them so that they kind of stagger, and that's what I'm doing in the video. So I'm going to start with this peach glitter color. We're going to look at the right bar pin. We're going to come into the second one, and we're going to start by laying it going straight. And now we're going to go to the right, and we're going to keep going from the center pin to each surrounding pin. Like so. We're going to go to our next color if you're using more than one, and we'll start going straight, and then we'll continue working in a counterclockwise motion like so. So I'm just going to keep alternating my color, laying it in this pattern as we go down the loom. So we are going to come down to the beginning now, and we're going to start laying the left side the same way, except we are going to go the opposite direction. So for my color pattern, I am going to switch to my second color. Like this color here was my first one. I want to start with the opposite color for the pattern that I'm doing. So I'm going to start with laying that one going straight. And now we lay it clockwise all coming to the center pin. So we're going to do this all the way around, like that. Then I'll go to my next color and we'll do the same thing, laying it clockwise. So I'm going to jump off camera and you guys can go ahead and get that completed and I'll meet you back here. This is what mine looks like now. We're going to come back to the beginning. And now we are going to lay the horizontal band, which is this blue here. I'm going to stick to that same color, which matches my border. And we're just going to lay it straight across the two center pins in the middle. And we're going to do that on every row, going all the way up. Oh, I lost a band in there somewhere. Don't lay one on the last one though, because that's where our cap band is going to go. And this is what it looks like. So you can go ahead and push those down some. And then now we are going to lay the X band, which is the neon green on this one. I'm going to use olive green today. And we're just going to be laying X's up the center. So I'm going to start on this bottom left one, cross it diagonal up to the right, and then we will cross it back. We will do that again. And we will keep doing that up the loom, just making some X's up the center. So this part is pretty straightforward. So this is what it will look like. And once again, you can push them down a little bit. And now we're going to be laying hexagons. So the bands that we lay now are what is teal in this bracelet here. It kind of sits like inside the bracelet, but you do see it. So I'm going to be laying this clear jelly type of band. I think they're solar bands, but I don't know exactly which color it's going to turn. So what we're going to do is, looking at the right bar pin, you're going to come over one, so to the second one. We're going to lay going diagonal to the left, and then diagonal to the right. Then we're going to go straight. And then we will bring it into the center. So it will look like that. And that's the shape we're going to lay over and over again. So I'll start that again. So we'll go out to the left and the right. And we'll go up. Then we'll bring it in to the center. I should have pushed my X's down like I told you to do. Makes it easier. But we're just going to keep repeating these hexagons. I finally got my fall decorations up yesterday. I'm a little bit late. I usually do it a little sooner. I don't have much, but I have like some cute little porch decorations. I hung up some ghosts. My neighbors were all doing their yards up. So I was like, you know what? I better pull my stuff out. I'm glad I did. I like decorating. I really love decorating for Christmas. That's my favorite. Okay, so the right side's all done. We're going to do the exact same thing on the left side. So on the left pin or bar, you're going to come over one pin. Starting here, you're going to do the same thing that we did on this side. So I lay mine going out to the right, out to the left, straight, and then bring it in. So you're making that same hexagon shape like that. So go ahead and get your left side completed just like we did on the right side, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I have all mine done, and this is what it looks like. And now we have to lay triple cap bands for our last set of bands, which are going to be the neon green on the side there. I'm going to use the same color that I used for my center X's, so I'm going to use olive green. And we're going to place triple cap bands on every pin on both sides, but we also need to place it on the second pin in at the very end of the loom. So second pin in at the end of the loom and each pin all the way up the side. I will show you really quick 2 ways to do it. You can wrap it 3 times on your hook, and then you can stretch that entire triple cap band onto the pin. You can also just use your fingers, which I do it a little bit of a weird way, like this. My nails definitely help doing it that way. Or you can use a combination of your fingers and your hook. Like so. So whatever's easiest for you, go ahead and get all your triple cap bands done, and I will show you mine when I am done. Okay, so I have all of mine done. Obviously, you can hit the pause button because you still have to lay yours, I'm sure. But I just want to show you. This is where the 2 at the end went, and then all the way up the sides, every single one of them. So that was the last set of main bands that we have to lay. We just need to turn our loom around with the openings facing us, and we're going to lay one more border color band on the front 2 centers. So I just wrap it around 1 pin 2 times, and then I use my hook to stretch it like so. And now we are officially ready to begin the looping process. Just go through and make sure you do push those cap bands down some, and then we can get started. So the first thing we're going to be doing is looping out the hexagon, so my clearish bands. We're going to start right here. We're just going to be looping them up basically the same way that we laid them. So I'm going to grab the top band, bring it back to itself, and lay it right on top of whatever cap bands are on those pins. Just act like those ones aren't even there. Go back in, grab the next clear one, bring that to the left. And then I'm going to go and follow this up to the center. So I'm going to go up, go into that one, and bring that to the middle. And now I'm going to come and do the right half of it. We already kind of started it, so now I'm going to go up, in, like so. And we're just going to keep looping all of these out. Now there is about 4 bands you have to push back here, so make sure you're doing that. Grabbing the left one and the right. And then I continue looping it up. Just bringing it back to its original self. Like that. This bracelet definitely takes some patience. That is for sure. I actually already filmed this entire tutorial, like literally beginning to end, and realized that I laid my stars in the wrong order and I had to do it all over again. Fun, right? Alrighty, so I have all of my right side done. You're going to do the exact same thing on the left side, starting right here in this cap band. So go ahead and get all of those looped up, and I'll meet you back here when I am finished. Okay, so I have all mine done on the left side. And I gotta tell you guys, I don't know about these clear bands. I wish I knew exactly which ones they were. I had to replace 4 different bands because they broke. So let's hope I can get through this entire video without one of them breaking halfway through. That would not be good. But okay, the next thing we are going to loop up is going to be the X bands that are sitting in the center. So we're just going to come down to the beginning. We're going to start with the left one and cross it over. And then you're going to grab the other one and cross it in the opposite direction. We'll go into the left pin first, push back the top bands, and make sure you're grabbing the diagonal left olive green, and then crossing the right one back. And we're just going to loop our X's up the same way, all the way up the loom. There is a gnat that got in my basement, and I swear it's like taunting me. Every time I try to get it, it disappears. But it like keeps coming right in my face. And let me tell you, I'm not a fan of gnats or flies. So I'm not happy about this being in my basement right now, but I can't get it. And every time my hands are full, it flies across my, like near my face, right in front of it. And I go and put the loom down, and then I can't get it. Anyway, alrighty, so we got the center done. And now we are going to loop the horizontal blue that is in the center as well. So we'll come up to the second pin up in the middle. So we're going to reach down in here. We're going to grab that horizontal band and loop it to the right. And then we have to go into this pin, and we're going to push back the top layers and grab the bottom part of that same horizontal band. So we're just grabbing the bottom one and bringing that to the left. Come up to the next one, grab the horizontal blue, loop it right. You're going to reach down into that pin, and you're grabbing the bottom of that same band and looping that part left. And we're going to do that on each one. Okay, so all of my center horizontals are now looped out. Now we're going to be looping the star band. So these bands have to be looped from a certain point. So for example, if we're doing the right one here, this is the straight one or the top of the star, just move over one to the left. If you're on this one and you're in the middle, you move over one to the right, because we always want to start from the center pin. But what we're going to do is reach down into this pin here and loop that down to the center. And each one of these 5 are going to go to the center. So we just keep reaching in and looping it in. After they're all looped to the center, the hardest part is reaching in, pushing them all out of the way so that you can grab the bottom band, and that one gets looped forward. But like I just did, you have to be careful because there is a lot of bands there, and you have to make sure you're grabbing the very bottom one. So it can be tricky. There we go. So we're going to come up to the next one. Remember, we're starting on this one here. And then go all the way around, bringing them to the center. When you're done that, grab the very bottom one and loop it up. So you're going to go ahead and continue. I only have 2 left, but I'm running out of time. So you're going to get that side complete. And I just want to show you on the left side, which you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're going to be starting from this pin here. So it will be the second to the right here. And you're going to do the same thing, bringing it in and then working around like so. After all 5 of them are brought into the middle, you're going to do the same thing. Push everything back, grab the very bottom band, and loop that up. So go ahead and get all of your stars looped up, and I'll come back and show you the last step we're going to do. So this is what yours will look like once they're all looped out. Now the last thing we're going to do is loop the border. So we're going to come down into the beginning. I'm going to loop the bottom out to the right 2 times. You're just grabbing the bottom band and looping it out. And the same thing on the left side. Grab the bottom band and loop it out. And now all we're going to do on the sides is reach in, pushing everything out of the way so that you can grab the bottom band and just loop it up. That's what you're going to do on each pin. Simple border on each side, grabbing the bottom band. I have to pick my son up, so since I had to film this a second time, I'm running out of time. So once you reach the top, we're going to bring that into the center. Like that. So go ahead and loop up the right side of the border, and I'll show you what we're going to do to get it off of the loom. So once your right side is all looped up, if you only have one hook, then you're going to grab your C-clip. We're going to reach down in the top and bring both ends together. And you're going to attach your C-clip onto there. If you have more than one hook, you can just slide your hook in and then use the other hook to release it from your loom. But I'm going to just use my C-clip like this. And then you are going to want to use your hook to release all of the sides, and then come through from the bottom and go row by row, releasing it. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what we're going to do after I take it off of the loom to make the extension. So when you take it off of the loom, you're going to want to give it a stretch. And just to show you, sometimes the borders are a little wonky, so you can go through and pull them like this to like untuck them. And just do that going all the way up. And then if you pulled it out too much, you can pull from the other side to adjust it. I also want to show you for the star bands, sometimes the top band on each section gets pulled too much like that and is sticking up. If you flip it over and just grab the top band that sits on each star, if you just pull it, it will tighten it on the opposite side so it's not so loose. These bands are smaller, so it's not really doing it for my stars, but it has done it. So I wanted to show you a way to fix that. If they are pulled out too much, just pull it on the opposite side of the bracelet and it will tighten them up. So to make the extension, all you're going to do is grab your border color and you're going to lay a zigzag like this. And I needed about 15 or so. So I'm not going to lay the amount that I actually need. I'm just going to give you an example. So you lay it like that for the number of extension bands that you need. Like I said, I used about 15. I'm going to just lay 2 more. And then you're going to turn your loom around. You're going to take the start of the bracelet where the C-clip is, Make sure you're getting your finger or hook through both of those bands. You do not want this to fall apart. And then you're going to attach that onto the pin, like so. You can take the C-clip out, which I will do after I'm done looping. I'm going to keep pulling it so I can see the band, and you're just going to loop the band in a zigzag. They're just going to keep going back and forth, back to themselves. And then you will attach your C-clip to this one at the top. Pop that off. And then you're just going to, with your C-clip attached, attach it to the other end where the cap band is. Like that. Now if you find that you added too many chains, you can just take the C-clip off, take some off, or do the opposite and add some on. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to clean my borders and everything up off of camera since I am super short on time. But that is how you complete the sparkler bracelet created by Keith is Looming Mad on Instagram. I think he did a fabulous job. If you like his design and my tutorial, please give a thumbs up button down below. And also tag both of us on Instagram if you make one so we can see it. I love seeing all of your renditions and I'm sure you would too. So that will be it for today, you guys. I really thank you for watching, and I will see you soon at my next tutorial. Thanks so much, guys. Bye!